strip that down for me.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Erica and welcome back to my channel. The video I kind of wanted to do today was a little more of a serious one because it's really personal to me, and I kind of just wanted to talk to you about my feelings, what I went through, and if there's a way to maybe change it, look at what I did and then maybe think about it in case it happens to you. I don't really know how to start this or how to explain it, so I'm just gonna roll with it. There will be pictures at the end so you can get a better idea on what it looked like. So, as you can tell by the title, or judging by the title, I got into a car accident about a year ago. It was April of 2016. I want to say it was like April 7th, April 8th, and it definitely changed me. It ruined my mentality on driving. Like, I've never really been scared to drive. I mean, I've always been nervous, like, oh my God, like, what if somebody hits me? But never terrified, I guess. Or for an accident. Like, I never really thought about it as much until I got into an accident. So, it was April 8th, 2016. It was a Friday. I know that much, too. It was a Friday. And I was leaving Milwaukee, which is where I originally lived, and I was heading up to visit my boyfriend for the weekend in Appleton. And what was really funny about this entire thing was that when I left my home, or my parents' home in Milwaukee, it was sunny. Like, it was nice. It was nice weather. And I was like, all right, like, this is going to be a good drive, kind of thing. And I never checked the weather before I went up by him. Even in the winter and stuff. Like, I didn't care because that was my weekend to go up by him and I wanted to see him. Never bothered to check the weather because I didn't think a 2-hour difference was going to matter with weather, Very naive thinking. So here's a heads up. If you know somebody or are going to visit somebody who's any mileage away, like 2 hours away, 5 hours away, please check the weather before you drive up there because it could really save you. And then maybe it'll make you think a little bit more, like, did I really need to go up and see him? Like, I see him every weekend. Like, maybe I should have just stayed home or went up Saturday if the weather was going to be better on Saturday, And I just didn't think like that, and I wish I kind of would have. So, I left Milwaukee, and to get to Appleton, I take 41. I don't know if you know that in Wisconsin, but I went through Fond du Lac, and then after Fond du Lac is Oshkosh. So my accident happened in Oshkosh, and from Oshkosh to Appleton is about a 20-25 minute drive. So I was close, close enough when this happened. From about Fond du Lac to Oshkosh, I was on the phone with my boyfriend, actually. We were arguing, or we had a debate, I guess, whatever. It did not cause the accident. Like, with or without being on the phone, this would have happened. My reaction and what I did would have been the same, I think. So, another thing too, like, I don't believe in texting and driving. I never would text and drive in any kind of weather or any kind of situation. And I guess that's like the best PSA I can say is, like, you really need to just watch the road. Like, nobody should be texting because it's just a waste of time, and you could first of all, you could kill yourself, or you could kill someone else's loved one. Like, it's just stupid to text and drive. Calling or talking on the phone is a little different to me, because I'm still watching the road. Like, I'm not that distracted. Distraction to me is literally looking at your phone trying to text words. Like, that's a little different, in my opinion. But we were talking, and when I came into Oshkosh, there's like this bridge over the highway, a viaduct or whatever, and I was coming under that, and then the traffic was 3 lanes. So there was a left lane, a middle lane, a right lane, and then there was an on-ramp to my right. like when I was coming under that bridge, I saw like there was an on-ramp, whatever. It started to snow when I got into Oshkosh, so I went from sunny Milwaukee to snowing in Oshkosh. Did not expect that. So I decreased my speed, so obviously I slowed down just like everybody else, and everything was fine. Like, I was braking and going as slow as I could, but something happened and my car lost control. It was definitely black ice. My tire slipped or something, and I'm driving and my car jolted to the right, and even trying to bring it back to the tires wouldn't move, it wouldn't stick to the ground. So I ended up literally crossing over 3 lanes of traffic, and I screamed into the phone as my phone left my hand and flew into my back seat. Like, my boyfriend was on the phone, he was screaming, or he was Erica, Erica, and I heard it, but I couldn't do anything about it, and I tried to correct my car, and nothing happened, and I just zoomed all 3 lanes of traffic. I ended up hitting the back end of a truck, just a pickup truck, and he was okay. He kind of swerved, but he ended up safely by where I originally was, but there was a cement median, so he got his truck over there, his truck, and he was fine. But for me, I literally just, I left my lane and went all 3 lanes of traffic, not hitting anybody else. And I was thankful just for that, because I didn't want to have to deal with hurting someone else, even if it was an accident. And, but it was snowing, so people were driving slow, so that's probably why there wasn't a shit ton of traffic. But I ended up crossing the 3 lanes of traffic, and I hit one of those giant utility poles. You'll see them on highways sometimes, but they're these giant woody looking giant poles that have those wires going across them, those black electrical wires. So I hit one of those, literally, I saw it, my eyes were open the entire time, and I still get chills thinking about it. I really feel I want to cry right now. But I saw it. I looked at dead in the wood or whatever. I saw it coming, and I knew it was gonna happen, and I closed my eyes at the last second when the impact hit of my front end of my car literally crushed and smacked into this utility pole, and the airbags went off, and then my car spun. It hit, and then it spun, and then it hit the ditch where there was some water and stuff. It was a really low ditch, but it was still deep enough to be stuck. And the first thing I did was check my face. Was I bleeding? Did I break anything? I was very, very, you did not want to see me in that moment. I was screaming, freaking out. How was I gonna tell my boyfriend where I am? Because I didn't know where I was on the highway. I was just screaming. I could not get out of my car. I just couldn't physically move. I mean, I could, but I didn't. I just was frozen in my seat, which now had a puncture hole in the bottom, and water was seeping in. And 2 guys ran down the little hill and was banging on my window asking if I needed help. Was I okay? Could I get out by myself? And I was like, yeah. And they were asking if I had anybody else in the car with me. Did I have a baby or a child? Because I call my boyfriend baby, babe, or so I was screaming. I was like, baby, baby, baby. It just, oh my God, I have chills, you guys. And I was like, no, I'm the only passenger. It was just me. They helped me up. It was really cold out. I sat in this guy's car for a little bit because he had heat, till the cops came, till my boyfriend came. The image is still in my head about what happened. The initial crossing the lanes, everything before hitting the pole, I don't remember. It was just so quick, and I can't physically remember pinpoint after pinpoint, except that I know that I crossed the 3 lanes of traffic, hit someone, and hit the pole. But everything else is just a blur. And yeah, my car was totaled. It did not look good, which is fine because cars are replaceable. People aren't. I was very shaken up. I came out with nothing but a couple of bruises on my legs. My body ached from whiplash. I had a scar or a rash burn, or my seatbelt burn on my chest. You can kind of see it still once in a while, like if the light or the sun hits it right, it's still kind of there. But yeah, I was scared. Like I was thankful to be alive, or just thankful not to have any serious injuries or problems. And I still went to the hospital to get checked out. Like there was no concussion, no nothing. Thank God. And I am thankful to be alive, or at least to be well. Like no broken bones, no like injuries to where I'm not myself anymore. And I am thankful for that. And it ruined a lot of things for me as far as driving. Like I'm afraid to drive at all because of just one little mistake. I mean, it's a mistake and it's an accident and they happen, but like I don't want that to be me. Like I don't want to hurt other people. I don't want to hurt myself. And I am scared of another person hitting me. Like every day I'm cautious of where I'm driving, how I'm driving, not taking a turn right away in case someone decides to run a light. Like I am like paranoid every day that I drive. And I try not to show it, and I don't tell people that, especially if I have a friend in the car with me. Like I drive as normal as I can, but every day for the rest of my life I will be paranoid, I think, about it. Because something did happen to me. So yeah. Like I said, I will be showing pictures shortly of what my car looked like. And I still kept the outline the cop drew. Like I got an email from the cop I talked to at the scene to make sure my statement was correct and everything. And there was a drawing in the email that I got about what I described how the accident went. So I will show you so you guys have a visual picture on exactly where I was and where I ended. But yeah, definitely scary, and I obviously don't wish this on anybody. Like, I mean, again, accidents happen. But the best thing I can say is, just don't take chances. Drive slow, drive safely, don't text. Don't be stupid, because you may think it won't happen to you, but it very well could. And I wish nothing but safety for you guys. Like, not saying you guys are stupid, but we all sometimes take that risk because you think it's just one text or it's one thing, and it could be so much more worse than that. You know what I mean? And I'm just a person like talking to a camera, and I hope that you take this to heart a little bit, to think about, because how would you like it if you found out your friend or mom or somebody died because of a texter? Like, that's like the image I always carry around with me. It's just like, not only is texting or even driving recklessly bad, like for you, and it's against the law, like you could really damage a family. And I know I couldn't live with that the rest of my life. So I mean, take all that away and just put in front of you maybe just a simple, or just a car accident, like nothing else. Like if it's a car accident, like, yeah, you can't really control that, but if you add in all that other stuff to make the accident happen, yeah, it's a big pile of shit and you're fucking screwed, So yeah, sorry for the more depressing story, but I've been thinking about it, especially now that fall is coming, which means winter is coming. I hate winter with a passion, always have, even before this accident. Like, I never really cared for snow and stuff, so I'm like super, like, I got chills, you guys. Yeah, I remember coming home that night too. I remember coming home crying, telling my friends and my mom and my dad. I ended up going home to Milwaukee that weekend, or on Saturday, obviously to see my parents because they wanted to see me because I just got into a fucking car accident. And I cried the way home, cried when I hugged my parents, And just I just don't, sorry guys, I just didn't want to, I didn't know what to think. I was just happy to be alive and seeing my parents. Like, I love my parents, you know? I just, like, you never think about it happening to you, and then it does. And it like ruins you. Like, you can't think of anything else now. Like, it's just, that's what you think of. And like, that's not the way I want to go, you know? And I know that's up to God to pick my future, but that's what I hope. I just hope I don't die in a way that's so bad, you know? Anyways, totally made it to the end of the video, and then I start to cry. That's just fantastic. But yeah, that is the story of when I got into my pretty bad accident. So just take the stuff I gave you, and hopefully you'll think about it, and that's all I can really say. You know, I want to give some meaning to the video instead of me just crying and being depressed about it, and especially because it happened a year ago. But, you know, it still stays with you. It stays with me. Like, it doesn't go away, you know, because every day you get into a car and you just don't know the outcome, you know? So, anyways, yeah, and I find it kind of ironic, too, now that I notice it. I'm wearing my Grey's Anatomy sweatshirt. It's a beautiful day to save lives. McDreamy's quote. If you don't know what Grey's Anatomy is, I highly recommend it. It's a great show. You'll cry a lot, but it's a great show. But I found that kind of ironic. It's like, save lives, surgeons, doctors, accidents, I don't know. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I promise to have more happier videos again the next time I upload. But I love you guys, and I will see you next time.